Tape Deck Media.
Step right up. Listen to the Awful Service Podcast. It's future radio on your computer phone. You've heard of Hannah and Barbera, Laurel and Hardy, Sears and Roebuck, now Doyle and Cocazello. Are you a bean counter at your boring job? Listen to the Awful Service Podcast. We've got segments, we've got guests, we've got Karens.
The Awful Service Podcast, available where all podcasts are streamed. Brought to you by Tape Deck Media.
Ruddle me this, ruddle me that. We got the riddles that'll make you chat. Oh yeah, baseline stuff been through this tight. Get your funk on, we're rocking tonight. One more time.
Good morning, Ramblers. Before I get into the episode, I thought I should just post this interjection here because I don't think I ever made this clear in the actual episode. But the premise of today's episode was Improviser and myself, Jarrod Cook. We were going to bring 5 characters, improv characters, kind of like SNL or Comedy Bang Bang. We weren't going to tell each other what these characters were. We were going to then, on the show live, say the character for the first time, and then we were going to do a short improv scene where we were trying to sort of yes and each other's character and find some funny bits. Just in case, I can't remember if we said it or not at the start of the episode, and I can imagine some of these conversations could be pretty jarring and confusing if you don't know that we are improvising them and trying to make them funny. So just keep that in mind. I'm not really an improviser. I did a little bit of training for about a year with Stephen Case over in Japan, whereas Jarrod has done a couple of years, I think he says at the start, a couple of years of training with the Court Jesters. But yes, this is all improvised, so I hope you enjoy it. Let's get on with the show. Good morning, Ruddle Maniacs. Welcome back to another episode of Ruddle Me This. Delighted to have you with us here today. Hope you had a good weekend. If this one is dropping on a Monday, otherwise if it's dropping on a Friday, I hope you've had a good week. I've got a cracker of a guest for you today. Sitting right next to me, just to the right of me, we have Jarrod Cook, aka Captain Cook. Welcome to the show, Jarrod.
Hello, good to be here. Good to see you've covered all the possibilities for when people might be listening, because I like some podcasts, they don't do that.
No, I think it's important to place it in space and time, just because, you know, what if you listen to a podcast and you're like, man, when did this take place? I need to know.
And what bugs me most is like it ends with a good night.
Yeah, and
you might be just going to London.
Me, I'm sure I've ended with good night because I've been recording at night before. So the nickname for me, I am Taylor Ruddle, your faithful host, aka Taylor's Mistake. And for those American and overseas listeners, Ireland, hello Ireland. We're charting in Ireland now. There's as many as 4 listeners in Ireland. Captain Cook was I don't want to say he discovered New Zealand because I think that's a little old school of a mentality. He was the first European to land in New Zealand, and I don't know why, but there is a national park or something called Taylor's Mistake, which, you know, as you can imagine, I had a lot of fun, people pointing at me and, oh, it's like you, when we went there on school trips and stuff as a child. So I don't know actually what happened there. I don't know who this mysterious Taylor was and what his mistake was, but you know, curse him for eternity, I guess.
He thought it was something else. They thought they'd made it to Littleton or something.
Ah, that's right. And then it turns out it wasn't. It was another part of the country.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Well, we've brought you on the pod today, Jarrod. We're going to attempt to do a little improv. If you're a listener of Comedy Bang Bang podcast, I'm basically ripping off their format. We've come up with some. Were you aware of this or no?
No, I'm not very up to date. Like, I get a lot of good suggestions for things that I never end up watching or listening to. So I'd heard of it.
Yeah. We're basically jacking that format. Jarrod and I have come up with some improv characters because you are, you're a stand-up comedian and you're an improviser. You're also an actor.
I did a I don't know if I'm allowed to share this, but this is legit, no shade. I did a short role on a like local short film recently.
Nice.
But then the weather changed and they couldn't record everything they needed. And so the character, I ended up getting my shoulder was visible.
Nice. You're still on screen, so you could put that as your credits.
Yeah, I should add that as a credit.
Update your IMDb page.
Yeah, I'll take the shoulder. The film was fun in the end. It just didn't work out with what they originally wanted to film, so
Right,
it was changed. But
Oh, well, that's a shame.
I might get a whole arm next time.
Yeah, that'll be your... imagine what will happen when you get up to the neck. That'll be like top billing for you, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, that might be too much for some viewers, but
Yeah, exactly.
I've got more to give. That's all I'd say.
Yeah, you can't give away the neck straight away. You got to save that for a few years into your career when when things are looking dire. That's when you give up the neck.
Yeah, hopefully we never get there if other things go well.
Yeah, you've always got your neck to fall back on. If in case of us, you could start an only necks page, OnlyFans, whatever it was. This has gone into a weird place straight away, which is great. See, we've ripped off the format of Comedy Bang Bang. We've got some characters because you're an improviser. How long have you been doing the old improv for?
About 3.5 years at this point. So I've done a whole bunch of classes with the Court Theatre through the Court Jesters. That's really good fun. And I've been to the NZ Improv Fest last year. And I've just organised to go back again this October to hang out with some fun improv people from around the country and Australia and overseas.
What I've always liked about, just from the sort of outside looking in, I've done, like we're talking about this off the air, I've done maybe a year's worth of very basic improv study. We were in Japan. Good friend Stephen Case, he studied in New York for a summer and then came back, and we always used to joke that he was like the piano teacher that was one lesson ahead of his students. So he brought us through some stuff, and I always did like it. I've just never been able to find a class that's on the night that I've had off since I've been back to New Zealand. So unfortunately, it's been one of those things I haven't been able to dabble with too much. So from the outside looking in, the improv community seems like very welcoming, because I don't know why, but I had a post from you on Facebook posting in some group of Improv Australia or something. You were just asking about is there a class, a group or something that I could just jump in with, and they were like, yep, here's this and this and this, and you ended up, have you done that trip already, or is that one that you're about to do?
Yeah, that is interesting that went on your page. I'll never understand how Facebook works.
I don't know why. Yeah.
But yeah, it was just the group from the improv festival here, and I had the stopover in Melbourne on the way home from a trip to Vietnam, and I just said, I wonder if there's anything happening. And there did happen to be a little festival in Melbourne at that time, so I went to see a couple of shows and fit in really well. It was great.
Did you get to the verb is play, right?
Oh, did I get to play? Oh, I wasn't in anything there. But they did have this podcast. I think it's called the Smart and Cool Podcast. They did a recording, so the audience kind of got to chip in.
So you were performing there?
Yeah, if they ever release that episode, you might hear me sort of being annoying in the background.
They what was I going to say? The one in Auckland is when? Sorry. Later on,
the festival. That's actually in Wellington.
Wellington, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all good. It is start early October. Yeah, they've got about a week and a half of workshops, shows, social events. It's gonna be good fun.
Yeah, the one that I always like is called Late Night Knife Fight. I don't know exactly what the show is. I think it's like a 2-on-2 competition. Don't exactly know how you score something like that. Maybe it's like gymnastics where you do a scene and then they hold up a number. But
I've got my suspicions about some of these improv teachers, Taylor.
Yeah.
I just get the feeling that they're really just making it up.
Yeah. Pause for laughter. Jarrod, you were so confident that you were going to get a laugh out of me that you moved the mic away from your mouth. Take over, bud.
Yeah, it might be waiting a while for that one to land.
I feel like that's going to be a running theme for this. I'm hoping we get a few giggles because there's several people in the scene that I tend to laugh the most with. Like Tim Kelly is one. We did a podcast with him and we were teeing for a while. Jarrod Cook to my right is one that I tend to laugh quite a bit with, and I'm sure I'm forgetting someone, but there may be another person.
Can I just say,
yeah,
and sorry to interrupt, but is this a diss for everyone that isn't Tim Kelly or Jarrod Cook? How do these compliments work?
Pretty much, yeah. If you're not Tim Kelly comedian or Jarrod Cook comedian, I want you to feel bad because you don't make me laugh backstage.
Oh, that's the standard you've got to hit, folks.
Yeah. Look, man, it's a high bar, and these two gentlemen are the only two that managed to crest it. Some have come close, but they've been like that guy in the Olympics where his dick hit the bar off.
He was the Olympian that made you laugh the most.
That guy must be. I'm sure he's doing well. I'm sure he got a lot of DMs from the ladies after that. Like, you may have lost gold, but you won my heart.
Just staying on this for no reason whatsoever is something I enjoy as a part of comedy is like if you're at a big open mic, so the MC's got to introduce like 10 or 12 people.
Yeah.
It's a big job to pretend that you like that many people.
Mm.
And it's fun to hear like how good some of the intros are. It's like, oh, this is my absolute favorite. I've known this guy for so long. This is one of my favorite upcoming comics. And like you briefly feel good about that compliment and until the next person's introduced.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not sure how that works, that they love everyone. Yeah. They've known everyone for a long time.
It does feel a bit facetious, eh?
Sorry to reveal the secrets of
pull back
of comedy. Yeah.
There was what I love doing is a gag where you're the MC and you've got a piece of paper in your pocket and you're like, oh, this next act, very good friend of mine, I've known him for several years, absolutely hilarious, can't wait for you to meet them. And then you take the bit of paper out of your pocket and read who it is and say, welcome to the stage, Jarrod Cook.
That's good. I like
That's
that.
when I think Reg Blackwood gave that gag to me. Someone gave that to me. Someone did it, and then I have since done it on stage. So I don't know if that's bestowing it on me or if I'm stealing it. But we got to get by in this murky industry. So should we have a go at some of these characters? So the premise I wanted to bring Jarrod on the podcast to do was that I thought we could come up with some improv characters, and then the other one could kind of maybe poke them in the direction of setting them up for some humor. And we were hoping they'd be quite funny. This could also be a complete disaster. We've never done this before, so
we've still got the option to delete it later.
No, well, I could never do that. It just cuts to the episode like, oh guys, the file got lost. Something got corrupted with it. Like it didn't, just had a little bit of a chat with Jarrod. Okay, I'll check in with you next week and keep listening. So do you want me to go first with one of the characters, or would you prefer?
Yeah, let's hear one of yours.
Okay, so I think this first character, so this character is called Guy Who Thinks He's Special Just Because He Lived Abroad.
Okay, so you'll be that guy.
I'll be that character. Okay. You be whatever feels right to you in the scene. And maybe what would be a location that these two people could be in that could be quite good. Maybe a restaurant could be a good one, or have you got anything more interesting?
No, let's go for a restaurant.
A restaurant, okay. So, just get into character. Okay, and we'll go. So,
oh, hey John, good to see you again. You've just got back from your trip, have you?
Oh, konnichiwa. Oh, I mean, sorry, Max. How do you say hello? Oh, it's hello, isn't it? Yeah, that's how you say hello. Sorry, I just got back from overseas, and I'm just so used to greeting everyone with konnichiwa, and so yeah, it's taken me a second to come back to living in New Zealand, to be honest.
Oh wow, that's crazy. So how long were you in Japan?
I was in. Sorry, hang on. That's a Japanese. Let me say it in English. I was in. How do you say sannin in English? Is 3 years? Is that right? I was in 3 years, I think. Yeah, 3 glorious Nippon years around the sun.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a long time to be immersed in a different culture.
Oh, it was, man. But, when you're a cultured person like me and you just, I was really just soaking it up. Like, I honestly, it's weird. Like, I look around this country, I don't even feel like I'm from New Zealand anymore. I feel like I sort of became Japanese while I was over there.
Wow. That's really interesting. Oh, here's the waiter. We better just get our order. And I hear this place is a bit slow, so we'll just give them some.
Man, the service in Japan was so quick though. Like, it's just, this country could learn a lot from the customer service of that thing.
Really? But isn't it nice to just, take your time, slow down, sort of laid back attitude?
Oh, that's such a Kiwi mindset to it. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I just think my attitudes, my mentality has changed ever since I've been away. It's really, really life-changing trip. But let's order. What do you feel like would be good?
I'm going to go for the veggie nachos, and I'm going to get a ginger beer.
Oh, did you live in Mexico? Because you're ordering the nachos. That's man, that's cultured of you, dude.
Oh no, to be honest, I'm really just it's like a New Zealand nachos.
What
But I want to.
Really?
But do you guys have you use the Mexicano corn chips though, right? Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah, I'm not much of a food snob, but I do like the Mexicano chips.
Oh, is it? Yeah, they couldn't get those over in Japan. I don't know. We had to go to these, import stores and you couldn't. You couldn't get you couldn't make anything like that. You had to really just make do with what was available.
You had to make do with the superior local products.
Yeah, exactly. Those Japanese corn chips, folded 1,000 times like the blade of a katana. They just do it better over there. Okay, so what do I need? Let me talk to this waiter for a second. Oh man, isn't it weird how they don't bow to you over here? Like, doesn't it just make you feel a little bit weird?
Oh, but do you need that to feel important, or?
You know what? I really do. I don't know, man. I just
feel important anyway.
Really? Oh, how have you reached such a level of nirvana? Did you maybe study in India or something? Is that how you reached that level of inner peace?
Oh no, I've just got quite selfish. I just sort of thought I should look after myself and no one else.
Man, that's that attitude wouldn't fly in Japan, I tell you, man. They're all about the collective above the individual over here. That's I think it just made me a better person living over there. What's a better person? Have you had a test done? Yeah. You go to the city council over there, and you do so this word in Japanese means wa, right? And it's kind of, in English it translates to peace, but it actually means so much more in the context of the Japanese language. It's a really beautiful language, actually. We could never really understand what it actually means. And you get a wa score out of 100, and man, I got to tell you, 17.
Is this like a golf? Is that a good score?
Yeah, it's a golf. Yeah, it's a golf score. That's
like 83 under par.
Yeah, that's exactly right, man.
Imagine that at a golf game.
Gold medal. All right, let's call that scene there. Okay, so that was my first character. That was guy who thinks he's special just because he studied abroad. I'm going to cross that off my list now.
I struggled to give you the setups, but we're warming up.
I feel like this is a lot harder than we thought it was going to be, but I hope you're listening. I hope you're enjoying it out there. Okay, so what was your first character?
The description of this character is like a sample quote. That's not what you really mean. Stop holding back. So I'm this guy who's doesn't take what you're saying at face value.
Mm-hmm.
There's more meaning to it.
Right.
That I know you want to tell me, but you're just holding back for some reason.
They want to tell you, and you won't be convinced otherwise.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with you. Okay. So where should we be for this? Where should we be for this one?
I reckon we are in a library.
In the library? Okay. All right. So we'll start the scene, and okay. Hey John, come sit over here. I got us a spot.
You've got us a spot.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What do you mean? What's going on?
Well, I mean, like you said, you've got us a spot, but is this what's going to happen at the spot?
The spot here?
Yeah.
Nothing. We can just sit down. Like I know you said you've been wanting to work on your science study for the science test. So I thought we could just maybe sit here and study for the science test.
We could study for the science test. Do you mean I could tell you how to do all the science things? Is that what you're actually wanting?
Is it like you think no, I thought we could just together, we could you said you've been having a hard time with your science scores and I do pretty well at science. So I thought maybe I could help you out a little bit.
Okay, but what's in it for you?
What do you mean what's in it for me? We've known each other for 13 years. You're one of my best friends. Like I just want to help you out.
But no rational person would do a favor.
No rational person would ever do a favor for anyone else unless they were getting something out of it in return. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I can't remember where I read that, but it just stuck with me and I'm feeling suspicious.
Suspicious? What more can I do? What if I, we how many sleepovers did we share when we were little kids? Like ask me a question that only the real me would know and I'm sure I can give you the answer.
Okay. How many laps behind was I in that epic Mario Kart showdown at your 12th birthday?
How many laps?
And don't exaggerate it, okay, to make me look bad. Just the real answer.
The real answer. Look, I'd never lie to you. When we found that body together and you promised me you wouldn't tell anyone about it.
I still haven't, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. You kept your word. You're a man of your word, and for that, I would never think of.
I didn't even tell the police.
Really, the police? That's kind of specific. You saying the police there?
Yeah, just because I couldn't tell anyone, so we couldn't even report the crime.
It's interesting that you're talking about reporting the crime. No, is that Is that that been on your mind a lot lately?
On my mind? Why are you trying to get into my mind?
Well, we're good friends, and I know
we're good friends, but what you really mean is we're great friends. So why didn't you just say we're great friends?
Sorry, that's I know how you get sometimes with
You don't know how I get.
Let's call that one there.
I'm sorry, I could not get into that character even though I created it.
I feel like I started steering that one a little bit with the weird crime thing, but I was just trying to add information, and for some reason the first thing that came to head was adding a dead body that we found together and kept the secret.
I don't know why that was on your mind.
Don't worry about it. It's what are you trying to say?
But if listeners do discover, please do report that.
It's important to report crimes to the police.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so my next character is guy your friend. So I got to do a disclaimer for this one. So the character is your friend who thinks he's lost weight and will bring it up at opportunity, but he really hasn't. And the reason I bring this up is because this could come across as fat shaming. So I just want to get this out there. If you haven't seen I'm a very heavy boy. And me and a lot of people I know, a lot of these lines that the character says are things I've really heard people say in this exact situation. So just, I'm not shaming. I just think it's interesting how we all tend to say and think the same things in this kind of scenario. So with that, what would be a good situation? I feel like skiing. I don't know why. Maybe we're meeting up for a skiing kind of trip or something.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so
did you get all the chains? Do you need chains for skiing?
You mean chains for the car for skiing? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, they just go on the car.
Yeah. They you put the chains on the car, and I'm probably. You sit down there, man. I'm feeling pretty fit and strong at the moment, so I'll handle this. You just take it easy and you sit there and I'll handle the chains.
But they won't weigh you down, will they?
That's all right. Look, man, like it's crazy how light I'm feeling these days. Like it's almost like I was wearing like a weighted vest, and now I'm just free. I can bound around, and I feel great.
Oh, have you been doing those like workouts with a weighted vest?
Oh, you're trying to pretend like you haven't noticed. You probably didn't recognize me when I walked up here today. How slim and svelte I am compared to the last time you saw me 3 days ago.
Yeah, it's a lot of, they say that, after a period of time, you notice yourself adapting, and then there's another period of time where other people notice the changes.
Yeah.
We might I'm guessing we're just like between those two time periods now.
No, everyone. No. I'm sure people are looking at me and they're like, "Man, look at that guy. He's so shredded. Like he's so thin."
Okay.
Look at that guy. I mean, we're gonna be on the slopes, man. We're gonna be carving it up. Just two thin, fit guys, us two, and we're gonna tear it up. Like, have you got are you going for snowboard or skis today?
I'm gonna do the snowboard, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, no, me too, man. I'm going to do skis because, like, I don't know, it must have been like a faulty snowboard or something, but it kind of broke the last time I jumped on it. So I don't know, like, I might just go for 2 skis there. Like, not because, just I want to. It's my choice.
Yeah, that seems, that's okay. You're allowed to choose that.
Yeah. Should we jump in the car? I'm gonna have to pull the seat forward. I think. Jeez, look. Can you believe I used to sit there in that? Look how open that front seat was. I'm gonna shuffle it forward a little bit. Okay, let's get in the car.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, wait. No, I'm gonna put the seat back. I don't know what's happened. Like, hang on. I'll just adjust the seat a little bit. I mean, that's in a little bit, right? Like compared to last time.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how much shorter your legs have gotten.
Right. Yeah. Okay, let's. So we're driving along. What do you want to? Should we stop for lunch on the way in? Like I'm on a diet right now. I don't know if you know, but like we can stop at McDonald's or something if you want. If you want, like it was your idea. I had nothing. Like I'm just going along with it,
Oh, okay. It's too late for it to be my idea now. But what about like something like a Subway sandwich?
Subway's real healthy. It's good for you, isn't it? It's healthy for you.
Well, if you close one eye and focus really hard, you like think it's healthier.
Yeah. Well, like it's so healthy that if I get like 3 subs, then it's basically like eating 1 hamburger from McDonald's. It's probably okay, right?
Yeah, 3 subs. Though it's like 3 6-inch. 3 6-inch subs, or like 3 foot long.
Well, it's you got to go foot long, right? You can't make them cut it in half. Like that'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Sometimes they cut it in half even when I don't tell them to.
Oh, right. That's really annoying. I hate it when they do that. All right, so we're stopping at the Subway on the way there, and it's getting a little cold. Like we're getting closer to the mountain here, and geez, I've lost so much weight. I just didn't realize how little insulation I would have. Like I'm really feeling the cold since man, how you feel? You were right. Maybe we should have brought some jackets.
I've got 2 thermals on, but did you not bring a jacket?
No, I never used to have to back when I was a fat guy. Now that I'm a fit guy, okay, let's cut that there. Okay. Oh, that was about all the lines that I had. So again, I'm not fat shaming. It's just things that I and other people that I know have said on like day 2 of their diet when it's like physically impossible. You haven't lost that much weight that you're feeling the cold more yet. Like that's crazy. I should have said something about the ski clothes. Like, look at them. They're just hanging off me. Look at this. But anyway, what is your next one?
My next one is I'm the guy who, I guess this is like slightly inspired by John Oliver's show, where, small tangent to rant about that show.
Yeah.
I generally like agree with what he's saying and enjoy the show, like fairly liberal, not to get political. But what he does is he'll get like halfway through a sentence about something important, and then he always has to jump out to do these stupid analogies.
Right,
that are like half the writing is just like this weird analogy.
And it's very clearly done by his writing team.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just like, he's got no respect for me. He thinks that I can't follow a point without it being compared to like if elephants could roller skate or something.
Yeah, okay, so you're doing that, is that character? Okay,
The
so
analogy, like, to make sure that you've understood everything.
yeah, okay. What could the scenario for this one be?
Maybe you could be like a teacher or something,
Uh-huh.
or it's like a school, some sort of school setup.
And you're the student that does these tangents?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, so I'll be the teacher, and you. Okay, so, is this just us two in the class, or the whole classroom?
People at home can
They can fill in the
chip
blanks.
in the other characters.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Alrighty, class. So today we are going to be learning about the time that the great general Hannibal marched the elephants over the Alps in his invasion of Rome.
Oh, wow. So that's hard to relate to because that was ages ago. But that's like if, Joe Biden marched like ferrets across like the Rocky Mountains to invade a city. That's like a modern equivalent.
It's like a modern day version of that, is what he's saying.
It's just hard to picture elephants, sorry.
It is, Sam, it is really hard to picture elephants. Thank you for chiming in again. The class really appreciates when you chime in and clarify things that they might find hard to picture in sort of modern day terms, like just like in that time that we were studying, we were talking about when the Germans were just about to invade Poland, and you gave us a great mental image of what that would be like, and except you used like Pokemon or something as your example, didn't you?
Yeah, it's like Pokemon in a sort of like a dodgeball context, like when they were lining up at the border. It's kind of like if you're playing dodgeball, but you don't know, like you're not expecting to be playing dodgeball. You're just in a gymnasium.
One half of them is not expecting to play dodgeball.
But the other team is like kind of cheating. You're meant to start back at the wall, but the other team is all starting up at halfway.
Yeah.
And they've already picked up all the dodgeballs.
Right, yeah. And then the team on the left, I think we called them the Polish team, didn't we? Just for like, because it just felt right to call that side the Polish team, and then the other side. What was the name that we had for the other side of the kids on the other side?
We landed on two Reichs was enough.
Yeah, that's what we called them. So yeah, that was a really helpful analogy, Sam. When you put, it was in words that the rest of the class could understand, and they couldn't even imagine. It'd be like that time that you explained. We were talking about Marie Antoinette and how the people in France were starving, and she allegedly uttered her famous phrase, "Let them eat cake," and you thought it would be a bit hard for the students to understand what a cake is. So you chimed in with a brilliant analogy. Can you just remind me of that again?
Yeah, like I think that's the whole thing was quite ridiculous, really. It's sort of like, imagine you've had nothing to eat for weeks. And
hard for the children to imagine in this thriving first world country.
But it's like, okay, so like imagine you haven't eaten for a few hours. Is this modern?
The horror.
Problem. But, you've only had sort of bread, old bread, and then someone's like jumping in and saying like, you can have let them eat a block of Whittaker's triple milled.
Yeah. Which is weird because that seems pretty generous, doesn't it?
Yeah, like,
I don't know why the French got so angry at her for that. It seems like a nice offer to me.
You've been getting next to nothing and suddenly you're getting cake.
Yeah.
But they'd actually, to be fair, they didn't say what sort of cake it was. Like, hopefully it wasn't a like really dry, old Christmas cake.
Maybe that's why they're so angry, because it wasn't a very nice type of cake.
The sort of cake that's like very tough and better for like throwing at someone in the stocks than eating.
This classic throwing cake.
Throwing cake, that's right.
Okay, scene. Oh,
you set me up nicely on that one.
I'm a willing scene partner. I think I do better at setting up than actually making the funnies with things. But okay, so my next character is guy who hasn't trained any martial arts at all and is morbidly out of shape, but thinks he could beat up anybody he comes across.
So this is inspired by
My real life.
And like 80% of the guests on Joe Rogan.
Yes, yeah. Genuinely though, this is the beautiful thing about the delusional male brain is like, so I feel like I told you this already, like I've recently set up like a boxing bag and some weights in my garage, and so I've been trying to do a little bit of those to, be healthier and all that kind of thing. But mainly just to break up the monotony of sitting at a computer all day. And the male brain truly is a remarkable thing, because like after I had done like maybe 2 sessions on the bag, suddenly in my brain is going like, we're an amazing fighter, and I'd be walking around town just looking at dudes, and my brain's like, oh, we could smoke him. Like, there's no chance we'll take that guy out easily. And I was like, no, we can't. Like, it's like my brain was like thinking for itself a little bit and just thinking like, we don't have to be afraid of that guy. And it's like, no, we have to be very afraid of him. We don't know. He probably knows jiu-jitsu or whatever. And so that's partially why this character was inspired. And I think just in generally, because the guy who thinks he's the deadliest in a fight is also the guy who's never been in a fight before. So I like to think for this one, maybe we're heading out for the movies. We're going to go and catch some dinner in town, and then go and see a movie.
What film is it?
It would have to be like Fast and the Furious or something, I think. We'll figure that out in the scene. I feel like that's up for the characters to decide. Okay. All right. Jono, good to see you, man. You've been working out. Jeez, look at that. Look at you there. You're a monster. Look at you. Good.
Oh, thanks, Reggie. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I wasn't feeling intimidated by that security guard.
No, I mean, how'd that guy even get the job? Like, look at him. He was like, what, 6'1"? That's tiny, right? You got to be 6'3" minimum to be a security guard, right?
Yeah, especially to intimidate a guy like you.
Yeah. I mean, he probably thought I was the security guard, you know what I mean? Like, I was just standing there, and like he was looking at me, and I was kind of looking. I think he was kind of eyeballing me, and then he looked away. So I thought, yeah, fucking look away. You don't want any of this smoke.
He definitely looked away because he didn't want to fight you.
Yeah, exactly. Not because he had to check some IDs and take over. Like he also had to do that, but he was glad to have to look away from me because of my piercing gaze.
Yeah, it's like an excuse for him to not face you.
Like when you pretend to check your phone or something, and then you've actually got a text message. Yeah, no. So, man, I'm looking forward to the movie tonight. We just, should we walk along and maybe get some dinner or something first? Like, I think there's a nice pizza shop I'm a regular at, and like pizza's got a lot of protein on it. It's good for you.
Yeah, I could go for a pizza.
Or 3, just who knows,
3
right?
pizzas.
Yeah, I mean, we got to fuel up, right? Like we're a couple of machines, us two, fighting machines.
Fuel
like,
those gains.
Yeah, like, I mean, what happens if some guy tries to fight us and we're on an empty stomach?
Oh,
like,
wow.
Like, I mean, I still beat the shit out of him regardless. But
even
like,
on an empty stomach.
Man, like, you don't even want to know what I've done on an empty stomach before. But it would be harder. It would be harder on an empty stomach. Like, I'd still like obliterate him and make orphans out of his children, but it would take longer if I had a full stomach, and we got to catch the movie. We got to be there on time. So I don't have time to be, like, I'm about to punch this guy in the face like 50 times if I'm on an empty stomach, and whereas it only take like 3 if I was on a full stomach,
Yeah, it's like more efficient.
Yeah,
it's fuel up.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then beat the guy out.
I'm trying to be conscious of your time, because like, we're a couple of alphas, like I want to respect your time. I don't want to waste your time. We're going to get in there.
If I miss even 1 minute of Vin Diesel arguing with someone,
you don't have to. I don't even know what you do. Like,
okay.
I feel you, man. I don't. Unspeakable things. I'm with you, man. All right, so let's get into this pizza joint there. Like, but I think, man, like the waiter the last time I was in there, he was kind of giving me this look like he wanted me to, he wanted to take it outside, So.
Oh wow.
What do you like? You got my back if shit goes down.
Yeah, I mean, should we sit outside this time so it's ready to kick off?
So we just have to stand up, and then the fight. We're in the area that we need to fight in, right? We don't have to waste time, like,
let's
getting up and walking.
Let's eat in the arena.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So this table looks all right. Let's sit down here. Oh shit! Look at the waiters. Look at him. He's looking over at us. What's he fucking looking at? What is he?
I don't know. I mean, he might be thinking
He's coming up. Bro, it's about to kick. He's walking over here. What the? It's going to kick off, man. All right.
This is wild.
I'll hit him. I'll hit him high. You hit him low, and I'll see you on the other side, man. All right. Let's let's rumble this clown.
He doesn't know what's going to hit him.
No, he doesn't. Scene. Let's call it there. This poor fucking waiter about to cop an unnecessary beating from two lummoxes.
Please be good to wait staff.
Yeah, don't beat up wait staff. They're good people. Little PSA there. What was your next? Just in case people were listening to that and they were like, "Yeah, you show those wait staff."
It's just crazy how anything can be misinterpreted as inciting violence these days.
Yeah, man. Tell me about it.
Cheeky little PSA.
What was your next one?
The next character is the one-upsman.
Ah, okay.
And I wrote a very silly bit about one-upping my friend where it went through different numbers and you had to do each thing one more time.
As in wow, we've done 40 minutes already. All right, let's do this one and then one of mine and then we'll wrap ski it up. So this character, he's the one-upsman.
He's all. I don't know how much of what he says is true.
Right, yeah,
but he will always be able to explain how he's done more or better than you.
Okay, yeah. All right, so let's say we're what would be a good scenario for this character to exist in?
Oh, it could be anything.
Maybe it's Christmas and we're cousins and we haven't seen each other in a while.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, hey Jim, good. Merry Christmas, man. Good. How are you? Good to see you. How's things been for you, man?
Yeah, Roger. Things have been good.
Yeah.
Going pretty
that's
well.
a real. You feel like you've got something you want to share. Like, is anything particular?
I've got two things I want to share.
Okay, yeah. Well, first let's do the presents. So, this is just a little token of my appreciation. I know you're kind of into your finances and stuff. So I got you the Wolf of Wall Street on DVD. So happy Christmas. Hope you enjoy it.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. Do you know I was reading about this guy, the Lion of Wall Street? You heard about this guy?
Really? No,
Yeah.
I haven't heard of him. Is it like the Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Wolf of Wall Street, except he did twice as much cocaine as that guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, but Jordan Belfort said he did enough cocaine to kill someone 10 times over.
Oh, that doesn't seem feasible. But this guy must have done enough cocaine to kill someone 25 times over.
Really? Wow. Jeez. What is this guy still around, or what's the? Is he? You'd think there'd be some news stories or something around this guy if that we would have heard of.
Yeah, but the real good criminals you don't hear about.
Oh, right.
This guy's so good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what'd you give me for Christmas?
This is a great gift.
Yeah.
It's actually we must have just melded minds here. It's a copy of The Wolf of Wall Street on DVD and on VHS.
Wow, the double set.
The double set.
Man, how did you know I still have a VHS player at home?
Oh, all the best people do.
Oh, it's great to see you again. It's
better than great to see me.
It is. Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Wonderful. It's wonderful to see you. Sorry.
But it's great to see you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, fair enough. So, I don't know if I told you, but man, I met a girl. Things
Just one girl.
Yeah, just the one. She's called Sarah. She's really lovely. I met her at the bowling alley, and we just hit it off. And it's getting a little serious. We're going steady.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. What about you? You met anybody?
Yeah. Actually, I got engaged.
You got
recently,
engaged?
Yeah, a couple of times actually.
So is this at the same time or?
Yeah, Meggie and Roseanne.
Really?
Yeah.
And do they know about each other?
Two great gals. Yeah.
How did you meet them?
Well, we went to mini golf.
Really?
Yeah. And go-karting.
And go-karting, a mini golf and go-karting place. Where is this place?
It's out in the suburbs.
Oh, so it's. I mean, you could tell me the address, maybe. It sounds like I'd like to take Sarah there sometime.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's out. It's quite a way out. It's like at the end of this long street. It's at 999 Go-Kart Golf Way. Or was it Golf Go-Kart Way?
I'll Google it later. That'll be all right.
You'll find it.
So what did they approach you at the same time?
No, I think it would like Meggie approached me first, and then Roseanne.
She saw
Saw
Meggie.
that.
She saw
Yeah.
Meggie getting in it and was like, "I'm not going to let
this guy get away."
Yeah, let him slip through my fingers. And so they coexist, all right?
Yeah, we get by.
What are you thinking? So you're engaged. When do you think the wedding? Like, I mean, you know, I've always thought if I was going to do a wedding, I would do it at maybe like a vineyard or something. What are you thinking for your wedding there?
Oh, I guess that's, like that's kind of scenic, a vineyard. But actually, we were going to go to the Great Wall of China.
Really?
Yeah, I've rented the Great Wall. You've got to book way ahead for that.
Yeah, I
You'd
can
be
imagine.
surprised.
I imagine you got to do a lot of paperwork.
So this wedding's like 8 years away.
Right, yeah.
But we're going to have enough guests to fill the whole wall.
Huh. I've heard that the Great Wall of China, you can see that from space. So technically your wedding, I guess maybe you could see your wedding from space. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, we'll probably get as well as the usual photography, we might get some satellite images.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
that'll be one to show the grandkids, eh? Are you thinking
Yeah.
children? What's the deal there?
Yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know about children, but definitely grandchildren.
Really? You're just going to skip straight to grandchildren?
Yeah, I think I can do it.
You got a method do you want to share with us?
I'll work something out.
Oh yeah. So last time we spoke you were out of work. Like, hey, you found a new job or anything? How's the job hunt going?
Yeah, I've just started recently working as like a commentator.
Really?
Yeah. Just
Commentating on what?
just like anything that's going on around me. But what have you been up to?
What have I been to? Oh, just climbing the corporate ladder. I mean, I got a little bit of a promotion.
A ladder?
Yeah.
That's you don't have a elevator in your building?
The corporate elevator. No, I don't know. Maybe that's like a secret. Is that like after you finish the ladder, you get to go on the elevator?
Well, it just seems more efficient.
It does, yeah.
If you need to
Sounds
climb.
like a lot easier way to get to the top, yeah. Got a small bonus last year. I got, 25 grand on top of my paycheck. That was all right.
25 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really need someone to like negotiate on your behalf. You need to talk to these guys.
Oh, okay.
25 grand. I mean, I got a bonus of at least 52 grand.
Really? How did you manage to finagle that?
Just by doing more work than I initially agreed to.
If you were to put a number on how much exactly more work you did than, say, someone like me, what would that number be?
Well, you probably like 1.5 times as much work.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How, you're not using AI or anything in the office to boost your productivity?
Well, it kind of slows me down. It's less efficient than if I just do things.
Let's
than if
call
I
it
just-
there. I thought you were going to say that you've got a secret version of ChatGPT, like you've got ChatGPT 3 that we're all not allowed to use.
I've developed my own one.
Yeah,
It might
you've
have
got your own.
worked better.
That's okay. Okay, so the last one, which I think
My vision of that was probably to have talked to you more to try and show you up.
but I think it was good. Like you were, yeah. Well, they got the message. Kind of feels like Jay from the Inbetweeners. That was the vibe I got from that character.
Oh yeah,
Who sort of crumbles
always,
immediately as soon as you ask any detailed questions. He suddenly, don't just vague answers. Okay, so the last one.
In particular, that scene where he's like telling the woman about how funny he is. Or
and he's doing the crazy frog sounds.
Yeah, but he's got nothing, so he just does.
And he gets tired. He kind of runs out of breath halfway through it. Yeah, that was a great one. All right, we'll do this last one, and then I've got some quick fire interview questions for you.
Oh, nice.
They're just like little quickies. So this last one here, that I've been looking forward to doing, is guy who thinks everything is up for negotiation, even if it's physically impossible. He still like if you hear no, he has convinced me.
That's a good one.
So the scenario here could be, let's say they are at where would they be? Museum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Hey Tom, how are you, man?
Yeah, good to see you, Jerry. I'm going all right.
Yeah, no, it's good to see you again. Hey, look, listen, it's weird. We just ran into each other out of nowhere at this museum here, but I had some kind of thoughts. Like maybe you wanna get together this weekend and catch up. How would you feel about that?
Oh, depends when it is. I've got to clean my car.
Oh, so you're busy on Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday AM, busy.
Oh, man, you drive a hard bargain, my friend. Okay, look, tell you what, I'm going to sweeten the deal for you. Let's go out for coffee, and I'll buy it. And Saturday AM, we'll go out for coffee, and I'll get you the coffee. I'll pay for it. It's my treat.
Oh, I mean, that's so lovely. I really appreciate that offer, but I really need to clean the car. And that's the only time I've got.
Oh, you are driving a hard bargain, my friend. Okay, well, what
I've
if
hired a rug doctor and everything, and I only get it for 2 hours.
The old rug doctor excuse. Come on, bud. We went to negotiation school together. Come on, you think it's going to work on me? Look, I know you're just holding out on me. Okay, here's the deal. What we'll do is Saturday AM, we go and get coffee. And I'll even treat you the coffee, and then just to make it a little bit sweeter, we can get McDonald's on the way home. How does that sound, my friend? Come on, shake on it. Look, I'm crazy for giving you this deal. Like this, I shouldn't even be offering you this deal. Come on, buddy. What do you say?
You're a madman.
Goddamn right, I'm a madman.
You're a madman, but it's just like I really can't. I really appreciate the offer, but it's just that
it's a generous offer, man.
It is generous. No one's disagreeing with that. It's just I've hired the rug doctor, but I've also hired this confetti cannon to, if you're going to clean your car, you want to make your car really disgustingly dirty beforehand to make it worthwhile. So I've also hired a confetti cannon, but I didn't buy like the official confetti capsules. So I think I really need to be there to make sure I can load this thing up and then shoot the confetti cannon at the car. It just needs supervision.
Oh man, you are one ball-breaking bastard. I knew this was going to be a tough negotiation to get you to agree to this, but look, okay, fine. You've really driven me to this. Oh man, I cannot believe I'm about to offer this to you. Okay, because we're such good friends and because you've got my nuts in a vice right now, my friend. You have got me over a barrel. Okay, look, here's the deal. We go and get coffee on Saturday AM. I'm going to buy the coffee for you. We can stop at McDonald's on the way home. And then, just as a little bonus, I'm gonna throw in 25 grand on the side. How does that sound? Come on, look, I can only make this deal once. I'm a complete maniac for offering you this deal. Come on, man. What do you say?
25 grand. You are a maniac. I mean, I would be able to get my deposits back.
Yeah, everything's a negotiation. You could look. I'll help you negotiate with the guys on the. We could move it. We can move the confetti thing to the afternoon, and then we could look. I'll talk to them. We'll sort it out. Don't worry about it.
It's just that it's not my car, so I really need to. It's like I promised.
Whose car is it?
I can't say, but it's just like I need to do. It's someone where I need to do what I promised them I'd do.
Right. Okay. Well, then
at the agreed time.
You are a ball breaker, my friend. I can see I'm getting nowhere with this. So I'm going to make you another deal. How about instead of going to get coffee, how about we go back in time and kill Hitler? How does that sound, my friend? Look, 9 a.m. we can't do so what about Saturday p.m. we go back in time and we kill Hitler?
Saturday PM.
Yeah.
Oh, so now we're talking. So after the confetti cannons.
Yeah, after that's all done, we go back in time and we kill Hitler. How does that sound?
It sounds pretty good, but what's going to happen if he, did you ever play Red Alert? Think of what Stalin might end up doing.
Oh, so... oh man, you're trying to play the old man, you think I've never heard the what about Stalin card before? Come on, what is this, amateur hour? This is your first day negotiating. Look, okay, here's look, okay, I'll sweeten the deal a little bit. Okay, you ball breaker, you are breaking my balls right now. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back in time. We're gonna kill Hitler, and then on the way home, we'll kill Stalin, and then we'll swing by McDonald's on the way home. How does that sound?
I think we're getting somewhere now because
scene. Oh, that character is so much fun.
You do get to go back in time, though. You have to take out every bad person,
all of the leaders,
exists, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you would have to bring a list with you back. And what was Stalin? He wasn't the Italians, right? Who was the Italians? That was Mussolini, right?
Yeah, that's right. Stalin was a big
so
USSR guy.
You're breaking my balls, man. We're going to have to go take out all the leadership of the Third Reich, and then we can stop at McDonald's on the way home.
Don't leave anyone behind.
No, exactly. You've got to stomp them out. Okay, so let's do these interview questions real quick. They're kind of quick fire ones, but knowing us, they'll probably tangent out.
There'll be like a regular fire.
Okay, we're right up in an hour, so let's do these real quick. Okay, so do you have a motto?
A motto?
Yeah. Like the Scouts' motto is always be prepared.
Scouts' motto is always be prepared. I kind of I don't know if I've molded this correctly, but I'm trying to, I've built up more, self-esteem.
Nice.
In the past years. So I'm looking for a real, hubris-esque motto.
Ah.
The wind's always at your back or something.
That's cool. Nice. Okay. If you could go back in time and try one food from history, what would you try?
Oh, probably the Galapagos. I forget what the creature was, but one of those hunted to extinction delicacy meats.
This was a real animal?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I forget what it was. Something on Galapagos Islands.
I'd go back in time and eat those, the cows from the Odyssey. There was the delicious cows. Okay.
From Dan Bain's The Odyssey.
Not specifically from that adaptation, but from The Odyssey, yeah.
Right.
What is your favorite Wikipedia rabbit hole?
Ooh. I think some of those declassified, maybe the Project Northwoods or one of those
those government. We were putting LSD on the population, and it's only been declassified recently, kind of ones.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite quote?
Oh, favorite quote? Yes, I've got a quote on my arm that says, "For all the rest of existence is not life, but merely time." We'll say that's my favorite quote.
What does that mean?
It's talking about how making the most of the limited time you have in life.
Yeah, nice. What is your sick day ritual? If you call in from work sick, do you have a ritual that you go through
to try and get well?
Or just to make yourself feel better or whatever. You can say no to these questions if you don't have one.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I feel like I don't have that one worked out.
You just go back to bed and
yeah, try and sleep it off.
Nice. What is your comfort movie if you have one? I know you're not super a movie person, but yeah.
No, but I'm a YouTube. I'm a comfort YouTube.
Yeah. What is it?
I've been really enjoying this Elephant Graveyard.
Oh yeah, that's a great channel. Yeah. Good. Shout out to Elephant Graveyard. Please don't do one about Ruddle Me This. You will destroy me. I wouldn't handle it. But yeah, what one have you watched recently? The one about Rogan's latest special was fantastic.
But I feel like I don't want to brag here, but I'm kind of I'm in it for more than just the hits,
Yeah.
There's some real gems in the rest of it. For example, there was one that's Neil deGrasse Tyson driving around ordering different fast food combos.
Nice.
And that was really funny. It was a beautiful bit of like voice
Love it.
voice cloning, yeah.
Love it. What is the last thing you really laughed hard at?
Oh. I feel like there was something recently, but it's just got away from me.
Yeah, well, it doesn't stick out then. It's all right. If you think of it, let me know. So in the sense of like, some people, myself included, will make like a 2-minute noodle sandwich or something. What is your favorite struggle meal? Like when pay week is like a few days away and you've got, whatever it is.
Oh yeah, just what's in the house.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I'm a big fan of like a pasta snack,
Yeah.
a little can of tuna,
Nice.
and some frozen veg.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's just easy and good.
Hell yeah. Very good. What lives rent-free inside your head?
Probably like what lives rent free inside my head. Oh, and this can kind of be that thing that made you laugh really hard. There's this clip of Norm Macdonald. It's about like landing on the sun. The Polish government trying to land on the sun.
Yeah.
I forget that exactly how he does it, but yeah, that's spectacular to me.
I love that bit he does where he talks about the one guy who didn't get out of the moon lander, and then the other two had to downplay how good it was to get on the moon. He's like, so how was the moon? And they got to be like, it was all right. I mean, you're into that kind of thing, I guess. So many quotes from Norm Macdonald live rent-free in my head, like the one where he goes, he's holding a bucket of KFC in front of him, and he's like, I'm making a pledge to the podcast nation of America. I will not eat a single morsel of food until Margaret Thatcher is dead and buried. And then his co-host goes, she died last week. And then he just starts demolishing the KFC in front of him.
Yeah, he likes the gravy.
He's a big fan, eh? Do you have a favorite meme?
I'm struggling for a specific one.
I don't know. The answer can always just be nothing comes to mind or no.
Oh, that feels like I'm letting people down though.
That's all right. Some people, I don't know, I'm putting you on the spot to an extent.
We'll say no.
We'll say no. Okay. And then final question. Do you have like a TV show you're watching, an album you're listening to, a comic you're reading, something or other like that you would like to recommend to the listeners of Ruddle Me This?
I would recommend, I've read like 1% of this book.
Yeah.
I'm just not a very committed reader. But it's called House of Leaves.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of it.
And yeah, I think the like concept of it, it's a sort of like...
Is that the one that's like non-linear storytelling and it changes tenses and it's all over the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's a sort of like book version of a found footage type thing in some ways. I just find that concept so interesting.
The found footage thing is so fascinating because if you read a lot of H.P. Lovecraft's old work, they were like a written version of found footage, and it would be like, I found these letters in an old attic, in a trunk in the attic or something. And like, it's funny how whenever there's a new storytelling medium, people always go back to that found footage thing of like, now you're seeing podcasts that are like, oh, this was supposed to be like a paranormal podcast, but like the monster was real in it, and it goes through their investigation, and they leave in all the bits of them being like, oh, it's okay, we'll cut this out later, and all that kind of stuff. And it's very interesting how we as a human race can't get enough of the found footage genre.
Yeah, love it. Shout out to Lovecraft and
I don't know if you want to
Gothic horror.
I don't know if you want to shout it to Lovecraft. Wasn't he a horrible racist?
Okay.
It wasn't fish people he was meaning. It was like,
well, to Gothic horror.
Yeah, just Gothic horror. I don't know. I think people have a very complicated relationship with Lovecraft, and that the works were very inspirational for a lot of other things, and he basically created that genre. But a lot of the stuff he was afraid of, apparently, if you dig a little deeper or something, you can see that it's like, he wasn't afraid of the fish people. It was like people that weren't white he was afraid of, and that sort of thing is what people have been taking from his work. But I don't know. We're not going to solve the art versus the artist case here on this podcast.
I hadn't heard about this guy.
Lovecraft?
Yeah, this personal life stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if I think only people that are sort of like super into it are they know about it. I was just thinking before, do you think cavemen did like found cave scratchings? Like they walk up and walk along the wall and see all the It's like a little stick figure. He's throwing a spear at something, and then there's, some horrible monster or something, and then the end is just like a big pile of blood and the chisels on the ground or something, and they're like, oh my God, it was real. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
That would be high art for that time period.
Magnificent. All right, Jarrod, I appreciate you giving up your time on this Saturday morning to record. Where can the listeners of Ruddle Me This find you on the social media?
You can find me on Facebook. The page is called Jarrod Cookedian. And I will make a small promise now. There's not much on that page at the moment, but there will be more.
Nice.
Coming to this page.
I would like to hope you'd share this episode when it drops so that you've got some content coming.
Yep, I'll do that.
It sounded very sincere. All right, well, thank you for joining me, Jarrod. Thanks for listening, folks. Follow me on Taylor Ruddle Comedy on all the platforms.
Just quickly, sorry,
Yeah,
how many people are hearing this live?
Live? One. The person sitting across the couch from me.
Okay.
And maybe my flatmate in the other room can hear it.
But but we'd probably get like 3 or 4 times that with the upload.
Oh, at least.
At
yeah.
least, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
A handful of people at least will be listening to this. Oh my God, there's the cough. That's a sign to lower their head. I was going to say, leave us a review. iTunes, Spotify, or Good Pods. Help us get onto the charts. Tell your friends about the podcast. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Ruddle Me This. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave me a review on your favorite podcast platform. You can find me on social media at Taylor Ruddle Comedy on all the major platforms. You can also join patreon.com/Taylor Ruddle Comedy for free, which gets you access to all sorts of extras and behind the scenes content, as well as allows you to communicate directly with me and let me know what you think of the show. Tune in again next Monday for another episode of Ruddle Me This, and until then, Ruddle her out.
This has been a Tape Deck Media production. Thank you for listening.
Hey Ruddlers, I joined a group of podcasters that we are calling the Trailer Alliance, a group of podcasters that share each other's trailers at the end of the episodes and generally support each other. So at the end of each episode for the next few weeks, I'm going to be playing a trailer of one of the members of the Trailer Alliance. And here's one of them now. I hope you like it.
Hello, Like Mother, Like Murder listeners. I am Rachel.
And I'm Heather.
We are the hosts of Like Mother, Like Murder.
We bring you the good, the badass, and the crime.
Each week, we bring you stories from missing and murdered
to survivors and women who empower you.
And of course, some mom talk sprinkled in.
Check us out wherever you get your podcasts at Like Mother, Like Murder.
And give us a follow on social media so that we can say hi.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.